welcome back to my channel. My name is Natalie and I'm a licensed clinical social worker. Thank you for joining me today. We're diving into a really important topic: why people with abandonment wounds often attract narcissistic individuals and how to break free from the cycle. If you've ever found yourself in a pattern of attracting emotionally unavailable or narcissistic partners, especially if you've struggled with feelings of abandonment, then this video is for you. It's important to understand why this happens and, most importantly, what you can do about it. So let's dive in. Simply put, an abandonment wound is the emotional pain we carry from experiences where we felt neglected, rejected, or emotionally abandoned, typically by a caregiver, a significant person in our lives during childhood. This wound can stem from neglect, emotional unavailability, or even being made to feel unworthy of love. The emotional impact of abandonment wounds can be deep, and these feelings can shape how we see ourselves and how we approach relationships later in life. So, why is it that people who carry these abandonment wounds often find themselves drawn to or involved with narcissists? Well, narcissists often seem to offer what feels like the solution to those wounds at first, but let's take a deeper look. Number one, narcissists create a sense of false love. At the start of a relationship with a narcissist, they can be very charming. They can sweep you off your feet with love bombing and attention. This can feel like the validation and care that you may have never received before. Someone with an abandonment wound may feel desperate for that affection because it soothes their fear of rejection or being abandoned. This initial idealization can make it hard to see those red flags. Number two is a familiar dynamic. People with abandonment wounds often unconsciously seek out familiar dynamics, even if those dynamics are unhealthy. If you grew up in an environment where emotional validation or love was inconsistent, you might find yourself drawn to the excitement or unpredictability of narcissistic partners. You may find yourself trying to win their love or approval, even when it's clear that they're emotionally unavailable. Number three is the need for approval and validation. A lot of times, people with abandonment wounds feel like they need to prove their worth to others, especially to their partners. Narcissists are experts at demanding attention and validation, which can trigger a people-pleasing response in someone with abandonment wounds. You may feel like you have to constantly prove yourself, earn their love, or work hard to keep them interested. Number four is fear of vulnerability. Narcissists often prey on those who have low self-esteem or poor boundaries. People with abandonment wounds may struggle with emotional vulnerability because they fear being hurt or rejected. Narcissists, who tend to be self-absorbed and manipulative, take advantage of this vulnerability, making it difficult for their victims to fully see how unhealthy the relationship truly is. You might unconsciously seek relationships where you feel needed, but are unable to receive genuine love in return. So what can you do about it? Understanding why you might feel attracted to narcissistic individuals is the first step. But what can you do to break the cycle and begin healing? Here are some powerful steps to take. Number one is to heal your abandonment wound. Healing from abandonment wounds begins with acknowledging the pain and learning to validate yourself. Work on self-love and practice self-compassion. Therapy, especially trauma-focused therapies like EMDR or CPTSD work, can be incredibly helpful in processing past wounds. By healing yourself, you'll begin to attract relationships that are more balanced and aligned with your true self-worth. Number two is to set healthy boundaries. Narcissists will often push boundaries because they are used to manipulating or controlling others to get what they want. Setting clear, firm boundaries is a way to protect yourself from being taken advantage of. This may involve learning to say no without guilt, recognizing when you're being emotionally manipulated, and understanding that your needs are just as important as anyone else's. Number three is to build self-worth and confidence. A huge part of breaking free from unhealthy relationship cycles is learning to stand in your worth. When you validate yourself, you are less likely to tolerate toxic behaviors. This involves building your confidence, self-esteem, and recognizing your intrinsic worth without needing external validation. Practice self-affirmations and focus on what makes you feel good about yourself. Number 4 is to avoid love bombing and red flags. Narcissists often use love bombing to hook you into their emotional games. It's important to recognize red flags early on. If someone is coming on too strong, too soon, making you feel like you're their soulmate within the first few weeks, or constantly demanding your attention, these are warning signs. Learn to take a step back and evaluate whether this relationship is healthy and emotionally safe for you. And number 5 is to trust your intuition and walk away when needed. Your intuition is incredibly powerful. When you have abandonment wounds, it's easy to ignore your gut feeling because you're so afraid of being alone or abandoned again. But trusting your intuition is key in breaking this cycle. If you feel that something is off, don't be afraid to walk away. It's better to be alone than to stay in a relationship where you are not being treated with the love and respect that you deserve. It can be incredibly painful to confront why we attract the wrong partners, especially when it's tied to deep, old wounds. But understanding the connection between abandonment wounds and narcissistic partners is the first step towards breaking this cycle. Remember, you deserve love that is healthy, supportive, and nourishing. Healing is possible, and by doing the work to address your abandonment wounds, setting healthy boundaries, and building your self-worth, you'll begin to create the space for the relationships that you truly deserve. Thank you so much for watching. If this video resonated with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content. And as always, be kind to yourself during this journey of healing. Take care, and I'll see you next time.